Anyway, I want to welcome you all to another showing of Conversations tonight. Please make sure you turn off your recorders and also your cell phones, because if your cell phone rings, every once in a while somebody on stage takes a call from them, turns off the timing, they answer the phone. You said be real careful about that. Anyway, tonight's show, if you listen closely, you're going to hear a lot of stuff, a lot of facts, a lot of stories. The stories are true, they're my stories, they're about me, it happened to me. So like I always used to say, if it happened to me, it could happen to anybody. And it has happened to you all. As well as every fact, everything in the play is true. The names and the issues and everything, they've all been researched, it's all true, factual stories. So I want to welcome you all, and at the end of the show, if anybody wants to join in with us, we have a meetup group called Conversations with an Average Joe. We can show you some help, some advice. This is a living play, which means that we've added some stuff. Robert, you'll see some new stuff that we've added about. We took some stuff out about Obama, we're putting stuff in about Trump. Eventually, we've got somebody else. We're going to go ahead and we're going to continue to have this living play. It's going to be something that continues on. It's open-ended. So I really appreciate you all coming here tonight. Have a good time. Thank you.
Meeting that was just abruptly shut down by the government that was dealing with the lead found in Flint's water and discussing the indictment that just occurred with their health chief being found guilty of manslaughter due to neglect. And I have one of the attendees right here. Sir, the authorities just announced that they're shutting down the meeting because of the opposition that turned into a near riot. Could you explain what happened?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going on here. It's a freaking hell, man. They don't want to hear the truth. They tell us to go home, watch our TV. We say they're going to take care of everything. Just like they say about everything that's wrong. You never do nothing, man. Because these people we put off are full of shit. They should put them out on their asses. Yeah. But listen, I'm sorry, man. But they won't even let us talk now. You know, screw that. We're not stopping this. We're moving this meeting. Come on, guys. Come on. Jane's Bar and Grill. Let's go. Come on.
Thank you, sir. So, people are now heading over to Jane's Bar and Grill just down the street, and they'll be heading over there to continue the story.
Hey, the crowd's coming over from that meeting right now. Get busy, we gotta get over.
Radio said you got an angry crowd on the way here, ready for a riot. I want to make sure I got a spot at the bar.
Yeah, you just heard. Now, nobody said anything about a riot. The only thing I heard was maybe some food and drinks going to be
Yeah,
ordered.
we don't want years of owning this place. We never had a riot.
Don't worry about it. These folks aren't going to be eating and drinking. They'll step over to the time to talk. Already had them screaming about recalling the governor, the president, the Congress.
Yeah, well, everybody's pretty fed up with this shit. Especially since the thing in Flint is taking forever to get resolved. Entire families are being poisoned by lead in the water. It's too much.
You know, somebody should go to jail.
That'll never happen. Just another election with nothing will change.
No, she's right though. Somebody should go to jail for all the harm they cause. Especially the friggin' politicians and corporations that get away with this shit just by paying a fine. We're talking intentionally hiding the fact that they knew that the water was poisoned.
They get caught like that in places like Palm Springs or West Palm
Oh
Beach.
my God, it was in the palms.
Because of the well. Poor people, it doesn't matter as much. Pretty soon we'll all be poor.
Yeah, it makes you wonder why nobody started a Poor Lives Matter movement.
Yeah, we can't. We're too busy trying to figure out how we're going to just pay our bills. We don't have time to start a movement.
Besides, the people elected don't give a shit about us average Joe anymore. Since they already got our vote, we don't have it.
Oh, my vote doesn't matter anyway.
And what if everybody felt that way and didn't vote?
Then my vote really matters.
Yeah, you know what? I don't know why we voted anyway. This last election, we had issues like jobs, debt, the economy, ISIS, whether poor, black, blue lives matter. Seems the only thing that mattered was disappearing emails, Trump's mistreatment of women.
Yeah, and all that talk of pay to play for hundreds of millions.
What? Pay to play?
Yeah, you give a politician $50,000 for their campaign, and in return, you get a $1 million contract.
Yeah, with no mention anywhere, poor folks just trying to survive.
Hey, you know, we discussed a study in class that shows that poor people are becoming less relevant because rich people get to live at least 10 years longer. They got increased each year.
Well, that's an extra 10 years of votes.
Yeah.
The rich folks.
Something's got to change. Maybe this water should have waked people up.
Yeah, we need a freaking revolution to be our cows.
these folks may be ready to start a revolution.
Yeah, we'll see if anybody showed up tonight. Come and tell the whole watch TV, they got it all under control. Unless you got a kid who drank the water. Nobody's gonna waste any more of your time.
Yeah, well, they said that the water deal was only the beginning, and once they started to talk about corruption in government, the Fed shut them down. Listen, they're going to be here in a moment. Why don't you sort of take over? Why don't you give them your take on amending the Constitution with that Article 5 thing you keep talking about? But hold off a little bit and let them have their say first. That way no crazy shit happens.
Oh, I got a lot to say.
Yeah, you've always got a lot to say. Just remember, don't let yesterday take too much of today. I'm trying some philosophy. Hey, here they come. Come on in, guys. Grab a seat. I understand they cut your meeting short.
The government better start listening to us about the environment and stop making the same bad decisions over and over again.
There's two ways of doing things, right or again. Where we're going, got one more chance to get it right, to take back our country. Grievance from my retired buddy. Always nice when someone educated agrees with me.
Yeah, well, retired guys don't count for too much anymore.
I was talking to him.
Yeah, listen, if anybody wants to order anything, let us know. Joe here was just giving us his take on everything that's been going on.
Nice to have someone who has no choice but to listen to what I have to say. That's why I leave you such a big tip.
Oh, yeah. The last big tip he gave me was to make the drink stronger. But seriously, this stuff with the poison in the water, it's terrible.
We all should have joined together a long time ago.
Yeah? First, I think we gotta agree to disagree. We gotta separate on so many issues. We can't get together and fight back against it. What do we do? We all agree on what happened with this water fiasco. They keep us busy arguing about this other stuff. And while the politicians call these other names, so nobody heard or cared about these phone calls. The kids still don't have safe water. And I know it's not just about Flint, Michigan anymore.
Well, this time we gotta get it right.
Yeah, fighting each other. They're a bunch of traitors to our welfare. Take away our whole proud
And that's because of the greed to make their lives better at the expense of the rest of us.
And it's a freaking politicians. I mean, look at the choices of candidates each party's with.
Well, in truth, they're always the ones with the most money.
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, it is the reporter. Now listen, don't hold back, just because she's here.
Yeah, don't worry. After listening to these folks, I can tell you they aren't shy about speaking out.
Well, this reporter. Hopefully he'll start reporting more about these politicians who get to achieve their American dream, while the rest of us live in a nightmare, struggling to make ends meet without any little left over to play for our future.
And stop trying to figure out who's lying and telling the truth.
Because we're kept busy being entertained by a media that has its own political and business agenda.
Yeah, talk show's making a fortune, getting us all riled up.
Yeah? And none of them are fed enough to do anything about all this corruption going on. It's like it's for show and money. I guess they think we think it's okay. You all know me, I'm an average Joe and a veteran. I'm offended that I have to struggle in my personal life while George Bush gets $250,000 to give a speech to veterans who are trying to raise money to build hope for wounded warriors each at the fight over Iraq. His wife gets $50,000 for a speech. Bill gets $500 million. Hillary makes hundreds of thousands to help poor folks whose lives have been written apart by disaster. It's Florida gets $60,000 to give her viewpoints to people starving with no place to live. After helping their families, friends, business partners make millions while they're in office. They're coming back to the welfare.
Yeah, and who the hell do they think they are anyway? They don't even pay for the Secret Service agents that guard them both day and night. We do.
Well, you know, the Obamas got millions in gifts from a Saudi king, including over $1 million in jewelry that they couldn't take with them when they left, but literally wore it out until they didn't.
You think with all the money we taxpayers spend on protecting the Saudis, that they would give us a break in the price of oil sometime?
Well, the Saudis also gave $10 million to the Clinton Foundation and got back $30 million, including jet fighters built by Boeing, which also gave $1 million to that foundation. And the Bushes are personal friends of the Saudis.
Yeah, now they're talking about the Saudis being linked to 9/11 and funding ISIS, and Congress had to override Obama's veto with a bill to investigate.
You didn't even know that. How's this crap happen?
Well, I always say follow the money, and I guess that's my job.
We know how it all gets started. It's when we begin to put people on pedestals, what they couldn't have accomplished. Now, it's either politicians who need our votes so they can make our decisions for us, or celebrities entertaining us, take our mind off how pitiful our lives are.
It's just like that good-looking superstar, Tom Brady, right? Now, he cheated, and he could throw a football better than anyone else. And all he got was a 4-game suspension. Then he went
wins the Super Bowl, and we all like and admire him.
Yeah. But the other side of that coin is Pete Rose. Remember him? They called him Charlie Hustley. He was an average Joe type. Probably one of the best that ever played baseball, but he bet on the other team's games. So they threw him out of baseball forever, and they won't let him into the Hall of Fame, and he never cheated.
He just needed to spend more money on clothes and hang out with good-looking superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah, marry a supermodel, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but those are celebrities. I just get pissed off at people that get rid of themselves because of who they are. What I'm saying is we don't have the rules be different for that many shows. Every time I try to put my finger on how it happened, it's always something to do with politics and money.
You know, well, fame and fortune are joined at the hip, my friend. I mean, once they reach that point, they are on easy street.
Well, they shove our faces in and we can't do anything about it. You know what I'm talking about. Remember that night when the Tea Party goes to the Republican leader Eric Cantor in the primary, and right after he loses, he calls into a $3.5 million a year Wall Street finance job. $3.5 million.
Oh boy, the Tea Party sure showed him.
You can tell by that smile on his face on election night after he lost that he made out like a bandit. Even though Congress only works a little more than 100 days. 100 days a year. You know, that's an average of working 2 days a week for $175,000 a year that they pay.
I mean, 100 days a month.
And now his buddies in the House are going to do exactly what those who pay him all that money want him to do.
That's the way the game played. He was only majority leader. I didn't have any ability to speak of the House to make for their family.
Well, remember when Republican Dennis Hastert became Speaker? Okay, so his son Joshua closed his record store back home in Illinois, moved to Washington and started lobbying for Google. He made $1 million lobbying his dad, while Hastert, now get this, was paying extortion to a former student who he molested. Yeah, and after he retired, he got $2 million of taxpayer money to set up his office he used to lobby Congress.
Do you guys think the friends in Congress knew what he was doing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just part of the game. Then there's the millions former Democrat Speaker Nancy Pelosi's husband's made in deals. And then you got that guy Trent Lott, the former Republican leader of the Senate, who just took $1 million job lobbying for Russia against the sanctions the United States placed on them because of their invasion of the Ukraine. Russia against us, now he's on their side.
Yeah, but did he quit the Senate to become a lobbyist?
Yeah, for the cell phone industry to pass the Telecommunications Act. That was on the advice of his son, who quit his job at Domino's to become a lobbyist for AT&T. To lobby his dad.
So from Domino's to another $1 million lobbyist to lobby another dad. That would have been fun for dads just to listen to him.
Well, as a matter of fact, he helped his dad pass that act that prevents limitations on the amount of radiation from cell towers. No limits and nothing you can do about it because lying, his buddies in Congress are poisoning us for money because they went along with their buddies' wishes.
Yeah, just like it's going to happen, Dan.
You know, there are millions of these stories within stories about how the people you elected are for sale. Problem we got, there are too many of these problems. Along with that real serious crap, you hear about the headlines and can't get around how it is. It makes us not worry so much about our trouble.
Yeah, like the genocide in Aleppo, 400,000 people killed.
You know, how come everybody has to die before we call a war?
And what about all those atrocities done by ISIS, beheadings of our journalists, Christians, even Muslims?
Yeah, and remember those 400 Nigerian girls who were taken hostage by Boko Haram, right?
Oh, I know. I've been thinking about that every night when my kids were falling asleep, just hoping they'd be safe.
Yeah, as we watched President Obama on one of his many family vacations. You want to be just thinking about those kids who was lining up hot playing around the car.
Yeah, or we missed it because he was wondering what happened to those girls, thinking about how lucky his girls are.
Or maybe he wasn't thinking about any of that.
They needed to show the rest of the world how much we care. Rather than his need to escape that worry, playing golf, smiling, waving at them.
Yeah, remember when he kept doing it like he didn't give a crap. Remember when he was down in Cuba, he went to that baseball game, smiling and waving to the crowd, and it was right after Russell's got bombed? He said it showed the terrorists that stuff like that didn't affect us. But he was fiddling while Russell's burning.
The only thing he did more than travel and play golf was raise money from those high dollar folks who realized to play the game of politics takes
It's
money.
that way with all of them. Don't just put everything on Obama.
Hey, wait a minute. I mean, look what he did in this country. Hope and change. Now, I have no hope. The only change I have is what's left of my office after I see
All right, good for you.
No, hey, turn around. And what about you? You were not even around to compare to anybody else.
Well, I wasn't around when Bush got his to our back. Tell me what Obama did worse than that. At least he got some behind us. Bush got 1,000 troops and over 1,000 innocent Iraqis just killed.
Well, then who's to blame for 11?
Listen, I've been around long enough to know that
gets to play at his own private course.
Yeah, I know. It seems like there's no difference between any of them. They're all the same, all part of one big party, taking care of each other. Them against us.
Did you listen to that architect of Obamacare who said that lying to us was a political advantage to them because our stupidity wouldn't allow us to make the right decision?
Yeah, and remember, before his last election, Obama whispered to that new president of Russia about changing our missile defense plans in Europe, not realizing his mic was on, saying after the election he'd have more flexibility. So, once us voters are out of the way, he can do what he wants.
Yeah, what do you call that? That's some pretty serious shit.
He did the same thing to Israel. He sold us and them out to the terrorists.
No, because Bush left out of control nuclear deal in Iran.
No, he had been for Israel since he became friends with the Muslim.
Hey, you see, we're doing it again. We're focusing on things that we disagree about, rather than taking a look at, I don't know, government corruption and getting our voices heard, things that need to be done. We really need to do this with billionaires taking over. That might be worse than the millionaires who just left.
Yeah, but not that crazy Trump is spending all of his time deporting a bunch of innocent people, like ripping that mother away from her kids, just because she snuck into the country 20 years ago.
She had the law to get it, and then she used some of the Social Security. I'm not gonna get it.
Hey, okay, but the number she used is just going to benefit from all the Social Security taxes the government takes out of her paycheck. Or it'll stay in the fund, never to get paid out. So no one's really hurt. I mean, I wish someone would use my number so I'd have more money when I retire.
You know, what he's doing is against our Constitution.
These people's deporting are covered under our
Are you
Constitution.
kidding me? They're here in our country.
They're foreigners. Our Constitution covers us citizens.
Yeah, and then, you'll appreciate this. Now they're even considering deporting military veterans who aren't citizens. They were good enough to risk their lives for a country that they're now not allowed to live in, and a constitution that they're not even covered under.
Over my dead body. They're still out there.
You know, if they want to enlist, they should make them citizens. If they don't want to make them citizens, don't let them enlist.
Hey, here we go again. Just cool it.
I didn't mean to get started. You gotta get focused and figure out how to change this corrupt system we've got. It's gotten so complicated way over our heads.
Well, because we're always trying to escape, but we never have time to understand or even change things that are going on. Look, football, baseball, track, hockey, soccer, I mean, every other sport on TV every night. And then remember when people used to go to church on Sundays, who now believe that football owns that day?
Oh God, and you got sports cars, sprint cars, stock car, cruise car. Sorry. That's something I take every night for my prostate, sort of.
I call them prostate in my
And sex is the greatest distraction of them all. You got the rich and the famous with no limits. Think about it. Bill Clinton, Bill Cosby, Tiger Woods, Anthony Weiner. And, it's the privilege to do whatever they feel like doing. And of course, by the way, there is pornography for the common folks.
Yeah, I was watching Animal Planet the other night. I couldn't tell if the animals were imitating us or we were imitating them.
Get a room, please.
And we've gone from America's Got Talent to taking our minds on what we Americans used to have. I don't know yet. But I do know that whenever disaster strikes, whether it's 9/11, the Boston bombings, the shootings in San Bernardino, Dallas, or Orlando, we couldn't let our escapes of being entertained by sports or TV be canceled. Maybe our presidents are right. Maybe we need to show the rest of the world that a way life goes on no matter what. But then I remember my impression after they burned that Jordanian pilot to death, how the King of Jordan got in his jet with the goal of bombing ISIS back to hell. A Muslim leader showed his country he had no other distractions. Something to think about. Anyways, good to have a conversation with folks in the middle of the show.
Sure, in a bit.
Yeah, and let's not forget about the people who couldn't be here tonight. There are a lot of single moms and dads who can't get out to meetings, or folks who are working 2 jobs just to make ends meet. Oh, and let's not forget about those people who are just too busy to watch the news to find out how desperate things really are.
Kidding me, right? Because I am lucky enough to have a job listening to complaining all the time about how bad things are and how y'all don't have hope. Well, I'm in debt, going to school full-time with some false hope that my life will get better with an education. There you go.
while you're taking a break from your very difficult job of wiping the table, why don't you take a look at that construction worker outside in that blistering heat, busting his ass breaking up concrete with just a jackhammer?
No, she's right. You know, we do is talk about a bunch of negative crap all the time, not doing anything about it.
Hey, can we be a little bit more optimistic? You know, the very problem you talk about, there is a solution we can come up with. We just depend too much on the government to tell us how to live instead of telling them to special requests. We gotta get away from that TV and Facebook, this fake news, and that iPhone walk around playing Pokemon and come up with a hidden solution. And it's like people want to turn their lives to theirs. Like, remember I was telling you all about this green book and stuff? And how it's going to really have a positive impact on our lives?
Sure.
Yeah, but then we got bogged down talking about global warming as we were digging ourselves out of the blizzard of the century.
It was about climate change.
Oh, so now you want to change the catchphrase because we found out that the ice at the poles wasn't melting so fast anymore, and we've had more snow than we've had in years.
No, it's because all of our pollution is causing changes to the jet stream and Gulf Stream, which causes more violent weather everywhere on the planet. We are changing the climate.
That stuff has been happening since the beginning of time. Before there were cars or coal-fired electric plants. Don't go blaming on us. It's the balance of nature. It's natural.
But we're making it worse. And by adding more carbon dioxide to the air, faster than before.
I'll take her. Doesn't carbon dioxide help plants grow?
Oh my God. You know what? So does fertilizer. Don't let her sprinkle it onto the cereal.
We need a carbon tax to stop the poison of our environment.
Just another tax that gets passed along to me, right?
That helps stop the drought in Africa, where 20 million people will starve to death.
Oh, that's a bunch of crap. It's the corrupt governments and the rebels that are preventing the food from reaching all those people.
Oh, so the drought's not causing all the food shortages?
Man, come on. It's the civil wars that are not allowing the people to plant the crops. And those 20 million people may die of starvation because of people like you who blame it all on global warming.
And you who blame it all on genocide! Hey, you're the upset major corporations whose carbon emissions create climate change!
Hey, come on, you guys. I think we all agree it's bad to pollute the air we breathe or the water we drink or the food we eat, right? Let's just try to focus on stuff that we agree on.
Maybe you should stop the genocide in Africa like you saved the whales. Maybe you have some credibility instead of pointing at global warming as the reason for any disasters.
And if you're so sure of genocide and not global warming, how come you're not going over there to stop it?
Hey,
I've done that before.
So what are you waiting for?
Did you win in our government? But I guess they're waiting for some retired politician to go there first. Make a speech about our bad things.
Okay, in truth, there is a drought that will destroy livable land for millions. But people are starving now because of man-made famines caused by those corrupt governments and rebel groups who won't allow food to get through to millions of children who are starving and dying in their mother's arms.
Yeah, maybe we should just realize there's some things that are out of our reach right now. We try to work together to figure out how to focus on things that we can change, like you were saying.
I just get upset when we excuse the behavior of people in governments that we can deal with by putting the blame on things that they can't prove or easily fix. It's like an excuse not to fix the things we can.
I was just saying.
Okay. Let's talk about something a little more positive and real. Something we can agree to change here and there.
That's what I was saying before you got all pissed off. Something positive for a change. Something uplifting to think about.
Like what?
Like using Mother Nature to supply us with all the energy we need free of charge. Okay, well, maybe not exactly for free, since I guess someone else is going to charge about getting from Mother Nature. But then, that shouldn't be free. Like, why can't we have direct line to nature at the middle? I mean, well, the government will just give free equipment to get free energy from our environment, so that all we're spending now heat and electric, we can spend on other things that would stimulate the economy. Think about it. That's a heck of a lot of money to spend.
You know, they could have given us almost $1 billion to spend on solar instead of a company like Solyndra. You guys remember that company President Obama got all that money for that went broke, getting it all the way to their executives who then didn't have to worry about their own utility bills without providing one extra job.
That was just the benefit of being a friend of the president.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Imagine this. I figured the government could just spend that billion for $2,500 equipment for 400,000 families to provide solar heat and wind electricity. 400,000 families. Companies would involve alone themselves, compete with each other manufacturers like that.
Exactly. And then starting with those 400,000 families wanting to buy those units. Because it all starts with creating demand. And you think everyone would know that, right? But then the government always seems helping big businesses out by having them build up supply groups. They're putting the cart before the horse. In economic theory, we call that ass backwards.
Yeah, but you know what? That's socialism.
No. We're talking about the government wasting our money on big businesses instead of getting it back to us, putting it in our pockets so that we can spend it, improve the economy, and create some jobs, which I do believe was the intended purpose of the stimulus and the $1 trillion that it cost us.
Yeah. I don't think the utility companies would want that.
Yeah, and if it's not good for them, it's not good for the coal industry who sells them the coal to make electricity, or the railroads that transport the coal, or the heating oil or gas companies who heat our homes.
Yeah, and it puts it right into the crosshairs of the thousands of lobbyists and the hundreds of $1 millions they spend to make sure that your girlfriend, Mother Nature, doesn't win out.
Well, at least it would give us a chance to move right in front of me, rather than going down a rat hole with a bunch of rats.
Oh, look, government always thinks of corporations before us citizens, who not only pay the government's bills, but elect those who are running it. I mean, whose side do you think they're on?
And corporations don't create jobs with money from government. But people create jobs by having money to spend on stuff.
Yes, that is just good common business sense.
But that's how things used to be. Stuff made sense. Like our vehicle, people bags. We use all kinds of stuff. Yeah, especially the plastic bags that are now doing with people going back to paint.
Yeah, but then charging us for bags. I mean, why can't the grocery stores just pay for it like they used to? You know, now it's gonna cost us 10 cents a bag. 9 cents going to the government and 1 cent going to the grocery store, right? Oh, government.
Can you believe that? And look, that's just another one of those redistribution of wealth things with the government getting more money.
And paper bag companies contributing to campaigns of those passing the laws, like plastic bottle companies do to stop them from outlawing those toxic bottles.
Yeah, but tap water is better for you really than that bottled stuff. No, except if you live in Flint, Michigan.
And how do we know that plants bottling the water don't have lead in them?
So eventually, you have to choose between a toxic plastic bottle or lead.
You know, you guys are all crazy for buying bottled water. I still drink mine right at home.
Explains a lot.
Those are the good old days when they can't what you do with the water. Our computers measure every drop.
Yeah, you know, you're right. Last year, when I had a fight with my water company about my bill, they were able to tell me that I flushed my toilet 6 times the night before. Can you believe that? They knew I flushed it 6 times? So, you know what I told them? I said, the next time that happens, you call my doctor, let him know my prostate is working out again. Right? Yeah. And you just let the NSA were the only ones who knew that I'm coming and going, right?
And didn't life seem simpler and a lot less expensive?
Exactly. You know, houses, everything is getting higher and higher, but the costs remain the same, right? Like, for example, using nail guns instead of a hammer. Now, houses go up a lot faster, but the prices are staying exactly where they were. And you know why? It's because local governments started increasing the cost of permits. Then they added in all kinds of inspections and fees, and that just increased their bureaucracy before they added a single nail. And what's the worst that can happen with a hammer anyway? What? You might, smash your thumb a little bit in? But with a nail gun, you can actually nail your hand to the wall, right? Right. So you know what they're going to do? They're going to make you start hiring a guy to stand around with a hammer so he can pry the nail out of your hand and the wall that it's attached to, right?
Did you know that it took a little over a year to build the Empire State Building? And over 11 years to build the New World Trade Center with nail guns and cranes and a whole bunch of new technology. And it cost a hell of a lot more too, just like everything in government.
Wait a second. When you start making simple comparisons like that, is when you get everybody to choose one side or the other. When all the issues are really more complicated than that. You know, it took 14 years to complete the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah, well, that's because no one wanted to go to Brooklyn.
Hello, Brooklyn. Well, look, anyway, we used to have a lot more control over our lives and a lot more money in our pockets.
Yeah, so what happened? Why did everything get cheap?
Well, big business, with the help of big government, convinced us that we could afford bigger homes and newer cars and more credit, put us in the red and corporations in the black. Adding all the fees and taxes to that, the government sneaks onto all the goods and services that we buy. Pretty soon we don't have any money in our pockets. We don't don't know why you're wearing all red. Just take a look at your utility bills or anything the government regulates. Just see how much they charge.
Absolutely.
We know the game they're playing no longer benefits us. They don't think we're smart enough to figure it out.
Like when they tell us, we need to start supporting all other countries to give a revenue to our government, while at the same time trying to pour oil to pile on chemicals that cost more to get out of the ground than any oil we produce.
That'll just increase the price we pay for gas. They think we're too stupid to figure it out. They think low gas prices are bad because the oil company lobbies will contribute to their campaigns. Tell them that.
Yeah, but the revenue that the government gets from exporting the oil, we never see again. It just vanishes in its bureaucracy.
But look what happens when stuff like gas prices drop. We all got more money in our pockets, right? So we see that money again and again because we're spending. You're going to get a lot more business. You're probably going to be able to replace this guy finally. You're going to be able to go shopping for some clothes. Clothing store owners get to buy the tires they need for their cars. Tire dealer gets to buy a whole new car. And then the government, who gets its share on sales tax on all those items, never loses a dime while stimulating the economy. But they'd rather come and sneak it out of our pockets because, like you said, they think we're too stupid to know how to spend our own money.
The government can also cover the things that both save us money and are good for the environment. Like growing clothes with water bills. Like lakes in East Europe. Oh, and electric cars.
Oh, hey, electric cars. You know, the next time you see one of those smug hipsters driving around one of those little electric cars, you just hold off giving them a thumbs up for saving the environment, okay? No, listen, when you think about those train loads of coal coming in those big hits in the ground, being delivered to those smokestack billowing plants and then radiating out over those high tension lines, right? Yeah, that's some suspicious.
I drove you to the last in my electric car.
Oh, that piece of shit with the electric car? I would never take a ride down here. Jesus. You know, guys, we see where we're going. We have come full circle. We're getting more pollution and we are paying more money because the government does not want us to know what's going on.
Of course, they don't want us knowing what's really going on. Look, it's about power. And anyone who has it doesn't want us knowing they have it. They take us for idiots. Not like I go around thinking life's just going to get better for our kids. Remember this news guy who wrote this book about the greatest generation? Yeah. Well, we became their spoiled, rotten kids, and now someone's going to make our generation as the worst because of the mess that we leave in our kids.
First time in history things aren't going to be better off for the next generation.
You know what I tell my students all the time? Nobody intended for this to happen. We're all just like a bunch of frogs put in a pot to cook. Frogs? Yeah, you know, you put it in a pot of boiling water, it jumps out, so it knows better.
Frog's not capiche, I'm a dog person.
You put a frog in a pot of cool water and you gradually turn up the heat, you get a cooked frog. It doesn't know what's happening until it's too late. We're all like a bunch of contented frogs in a pot of water, comfortable and secure, with those whom we elected in charge of turning up the heat. But we don't even question what they're doing.
No sense questioning unless you can figure out they're telling you the truth.
Oh, and we don't even think about the inequality that they create until it happens to us or someone we know. We just don't think what it's like to walk in someone else's shoes. You know, my dad used to say, you better be nice to the folks on the way up, because you might meet them on the way down. The thing is that now the lines are a lot longer on the way down.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my parents used that saying, that's how the other half lives. Well, they were talking about those who are well off. Except now, the other half has become the 1%.
Oh my God, for me it happened so fast, I didn't even know what was going on. It's like one day the doors open up to get in line, and someone said, going down. All started when I got laid off from my job at Lehman Brothers.
Worked at Lehman Brothers.
Excuse me. I went from $150,000 a year to substitute teaching economics to $25,000, and I feel like a frog being cooked.
Yeah, you know what? I make as much as you do pouring drinks.
Don't remind me,
And
please.
they're looking.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm one of you guys now. No more big shot.
Yeah, well, nice of you to join us.
You know, I still hang around with some of my big shot friends. I got a buddy John at Goldman Sachs. Makes $300,000. 300,000. Well, he gets amazing. The best kid was for the ball game, and I was running out there to meet him, and I was late, and I just knew it. I was in my car, and I ran right through one of those red light cameras.
Oh, I hate those things. I want to stay alive.
Okay, so a month later, I get a $150 ticket from him. It's a huge It's a third of my paycheck. My wife's gonna kill me. I mean, we're barely making it. She's trying to get nursed. I'm kidding. Okay, turns out my friend John, he gets the same damn ticket. And he's laughing about it, like he didn't hear it. 150 plus. I get him all the time, it's nothing, doesn't roll my record. That got me thinking that the government applies laws equally to everyone. Again, this country is made up of a lot of different people.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I have a friend, Jose, who makes $15,000 a year, got one, losing more than half his weekly pay for rent and groceries for his family. Like, where does that money come from?
Exactly, where's that going to come from? Me and John, we never thought about that twice. I do now. And I used to think those red light cameras were there to keep people safe. Hell, now I know better. When you're poor, you see things the rich don't. You know, I used to sit there and laugh and say, the poor guy's going to learn not to run the red light. But then that's the government telling you how to act based on how much money you have. Now I'm poor.
Yeah, we know those red light cameras are put there for the government to make money. They don't have the balls to tax the rich for what they need. So they invent things like red light cameras and parking fines and all kinds of fees. I mean, how's that work?
Well, that's kind of how the tax system works.
Yeah, and everyone's supposed to pay the taxes, right? But some people don't have to pay any, while others have to pay more. And some of those that don't pay any make a hell of a lot more than those that pay more.
Yeah, you know, the Treasury Secretary appointed by Obama didn't even pay his taxes. And the new guy appointed by Trump, he hid his money in the Cayman Islands to avoid taxes.
And Trump was the first candidate for president who never released his taxes.
Oh, okay, but when you want to apply for rent one of these buildings, don't you have to release your taxes?
Yeah, well, apparently the rich get to live by different rules.
Oh, you know, when I was in Lehman, I would complain if I had less than 100 grand after taxes. You want to know how much John had left? The thing is that I had to pay this $150 ticket. They had to take it out of nothing. Well, John had to pay his $150 ticket out of $200,000 with all his taxpayers. I'm not complaining that it's unfair. It is what it is, okay? But there's a lot more to just the money that's left over. I mean, if we really want to figure out what's fair, let's not forget that people with less income are more likely to go to jail than the rich folks given the same crimes because of money's influence with the lack thereof.
You know what? It's like that little piece of shit Ethan Couch. Do you remember him? Drunk driving, killed 4 people, got off on probation. His attorney said he suffered from affluenza. You remember that? His parents were so rich, they never disciplined him. So the poor little baby boy never learned right from wrong. Do you remember that shit?
Yes, exactly. I mean, you would think that it would make a lot more sense for a smart public defender to use the argument that maybe somebody was too poor to know the difference between right and wrong. You know, especially if he was committing a crime because he didn't have a job to pay his bills or maybe didn't have any parents around to discipline him.
Or just got a ticket and needed to buy food for his family.
Exactly. You know, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I'm a law student at Columbia. So this stuff is very exactly.
Watch these guys.
But you know, using that same logic, we should just let everybody out of prison whose parents didn't discipline them. I mean, this is just another example of how income inequality has changed not only the fairness and the justice in our society, but the interpretation of our law that sometimes it's blamed on race. I mean, think about it. When was the last time you heard of a rich, innocent person being sent to prison?
Yeah, like those 2 poor, innocent black guys from Cleveland who just got out of jail after 39 years. Falsely accused of murder by the police.
I mean, that one was about race.
Yeah, the judge, the DA, the cops, everybody lied to get them sent away. Should all go to prison for the same amount of time they had to serve.
That will never happen either. All those folks have money. And let's not forget crimes where corporations just pay a fine. While blue collar types get jail time. So you can say again, poor people need to learn not to commit crime.
So the point is, there's more than just having money left over to be able to pay your fines. We're talking about government's imbalancing of justice that's affecting everyone in every part of their lives.
Of course. One solution is to have the wealthy pay more, so says the Constitution. The redistribution part.
Where do you think that money's going to go? Trust me. That part of the research goes very little. That money goes to government, and that's what redistribution is all about.
That is what I was saying about the paper bags.
Goes from those who spend, improving the economy, creating jobs, to the damn government, who's going to figure out some way to waste it.
Right, and you know, as government continues to expand by increasing fees and taxes
And then our elected leaders spend the taxes they collect hiring their family, and friends, and those political connectedness, instead of providing for those minorities and leaders, stifling whatever change that they have to escape that cycle of poverty, in case of police no life.
Look, I know what you're saying, but, you know, color might seem to provide this dividing line in some communities, but I really think it's economics that causes the separation.
Yeah, you're right, and it sounds like it makes sense, but I hear this stuff in this bar every day. We know what should be happening. How do we make it happen?
Well, first we gotta realize that enough of this crap is enough. And show that we can determine our own future. Like our founding fathers did in Japan. Who, by the way, added something in Article 5 of the Constitution. So we don't have to wait for a corrupt Congress. So we can make those changes ourselves.
Yeah, maybe get that stuff like red light cameras from coming into our lives. It's like some damn company, like something out of the Music Man just comes marching into town with all this shit. 76 red light cameras down the avenue. $76 more million, Mr. Mayor, just for you. Always wanted to do this. Look, they promise revenue's going to shoot straight up. There's no cost for equipment or enforcement, right? Okay, perfect deal for the mayor and the city council. But then they go from representing the interests of folks like us when they're running for office to now representing the best interest of government. And they're corrupting the offices that we elected them to.
And academic inspired. Show you another question.
Oh, I'm sure they will. But just see what happens is all that money leaves town, never be spent on anything that multiplies in our community. Remember what happens when the price of gas goes down, we don't have more money to spend and improve the economy. It's the exact opposite that happens when those camera people and equipment people start showing up. We all have less money to spend. We can't go, we all get tickets, right? You can't go out to eat as much. You're going to lose a lot of business. You're probably going to have to lay off one of these guys. You have to shoot right here. You, my dear, you cannot go shopping for clothes, much less pay a dime of your tuition. The clothing store owners can't get the tires they need for their cars. Tire dealer probably has to shut his shop down so he can go to the damn bank and borrow money from to pay the rent on his store. And then the government has to raise taxes. If they come to us and take more money straight out of our pockets, it's all a downward spiral. If we would just have more trust and common sense in human nature, we have that money to improve the economy. But if we don't have it, we can't do that.
Well, our only hope then is to bring the cost of governing down, so we still have a little left over to spend.
Yeah, but we just get so distracted with all this stuff that really doesn't matter. None of us notice that it's getting a lot hotter in this pot.
Oh yeah, my fellow frog is getting a lot hotter in this pot. You know what the trouble is? There is not enough average Joes and Janes running our country. You don't get to be a big shot anymore unless you already are one. And those folks don't have a clue how we live. Green middle class is just a pink slip away from being poor.
Wait, pink slip?
It's losing your job.
And being poor, well, that could be an illness away from living in a car with your family. And then you got these big shot politicians who don't have any idea what that is about. Like take that mayor, for example, who says that we can't give food to the homeless. Only licensed contractors hired by the government are allowed to provide food. Well, restaurants and groceries throw away stuff that's, a little bruised but not used.
Probably the food fields, people too. Make sure the people care. Just have no idea what it's like to go out and eat at the time.
Maybe the mayor just happens to have a friend who's a licensed food.
But he's right. It does. It makes you wonder, do they just not care about the citizens they represent, or do they get that way over time? I started to realize a while back just how out of control PA was when I helped start a group called Project Share to Feed the Homeless.
I remember that.
Yeah. Other restaurants helped too, and so we had all the lunches and evenings covered, all privately, mind you, without any government help, serving hundreds every day. Our volunteers cooked and served lasagna and thanked the people for coming. Said they hope to see them again soon. It was cool.
It was like going to a real restaurant.
Yes. Everybody felt good. Oh, I even got volunteers from the local hospital to offer exams, and other groups showed up with clothing and job offers. It was like a one-stop shop.
Wow. Shows what you can do without the government. It makes you wonder what they're doing without tax.
Yeah, I'll tell you. We pretty much had everything covered, except for shelters for those families who were sleeping in cars. And we found a family like that. We all chipped in for a hotel room. coffee. But the phones rang. So I found a supervisor, and he told me that they ran out of money for homeless house a while back. Oh, but later, they were keeping a list of the messages from the phone calls so they could call them back once funding started up again. Yeah. So I asked, well, how can you afford to pay all this staff that was just standing around? And he explained that at the beginning there were just a few, and then as the demand for housing increased, more people were hired, and then as the program expanded to include people with different needs, money became tight. So they could barely provide for emergency housing funds anymore.
So the bureaucracy grew beyond its capabilities to provide for families with kids sleeping in the backseat of a car.
Yeah, so I asked, well, maybe did you ever think about cutting some of the employees so you have money for housing again? And you will love this. He said, policy did not allow that. Yes, policy. And mind you that if things were going to get even worse, because the employees were going to be getting raises and benefits.
All right, okay, so the government starts with a good program, providing help, spending taxpayer money for those in desperate need. But then it comes down to a choice between its original purpose and bureaucracy wins out, purposely bringing harm to those it's supposed to care for by continuing to waste the money intended for those in need.
Yeah, well said. You know, I told him that it reminded me of a plastic container of milk, providing nutrition as long as the milk lasted, but then the plastic container continuing to exist long after it's sent to a landfill.
Yeah, because at that point, they don't care. Either in it, get a job, keep a job, and make more money while they're at it.
Yeah, that's right. And you know what? If that supervisor had complained to his higher-ups, he and all the people he was supervising would have been out of their now cushy jobs. And then his supervisor wouldn't have had anybody to supervise. And then the elimination of jobs would just continue on down the line until they were right back where they started. But someone realized that there were families sleeping in cars.
Well, with all the stuff that we read about, we can see that's just small potatoes. I mean, there's thousands of deals like that, which is equivalent to hundreds of millions of dollars wasted. I mean, look, when we hear these congressmen screaming about how they need to cut entitlements to balance the budget, maybe we should tell them that they should start with the corruption and the waste that the government thinks it's entitled to.
Well, did you hear that they just announced that they can't fund Meals on Wheels anymore?
Yeah.
That they can magically find the money to feed 100 Secret Service agents in hotels watching the Trump's vacation in Florida.
How come they're always in a hurry to cut funding for the less fortunate? Us. And they never want to touch the perks of government Congress that they and their staffs enjoy.
I mean, come on. We are talking about families struggling to survive. That we taxpayers, we intended to help them just make it through to the next day. With kids that they are tucking in at night. In the back seat of a car. It just makes me sick.
Government can be pretty bad. At least with private business, you can decide where and how to spend your money. You know, me, being a retired guy, I gotta watch every dime. Get free refills on this iced tea. It's about the best tea I get.
Again? Jesus. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to have to start watching every dime too, and I'm going to have to start charging you for these free refills of iced tea, especially since all you do is come in and order iced tea.
Come on, I understand. Yeah, but I gotta find some way to save money. I mean, everything keeps getting more expensive. Taxes, food, utilities. It's gotten to the point where I can't even afford to eat out anymore. I guess I can use a credit card, but then I'm just in this mess.
Whoa, don't forget, they foreclosed on a whole bunch of people who were into them for too much. Buying food on credit really adds up now. I know.
And remember when the price of gas was going higher and higher? Just sucking all the money out of the economy? And then when gas prices dropped, other prices didn't.
No, in fact, the price of ethanol went up.
Exactly.
In spite of farmer subsidies to grow the corn that makes it.
Thanks to those senators from the Corn Belt. It's like we have the choice of having them use corn as feed for cattle or fuel for our cars.
And you actually think they'd be using oats and honey bunches of oats, but no, it's mostly corn. Yes, that's why it's so expensive.
Exactly. I mean, you can't even get cheap dog food anymore. I mean, we need this, right?
But wait a second, are we producing more oil
excited when I heard that the post office was going to cut back the number of days of delivery. Because quite frankly, I get an anxiety attack every time I go to my mailbox and think I might get a bill. You know, I cannot believe how much it costs me to live. And then I just get so caught up in the trillions of dollars of government debt. I lose sight of the utilities, having my bills at their expense. Right? And then, what's my fault?
You know what, it just seems like we're losing
Yes.
ground, and it drives me crazy.
I always lose my train of thought on that. That's exactly right. You know what has changed? We are getting billed for things that we don't want or we never receive. For example, my bill a few years back, I noticed a $6 monthly charge on my phone. It was for something called a linebacker fee. A linebacker fee? What? Did the phone company suddenly have a football team and they were putting a line item on there to charge for its defense?
That's offensive.
Yeah, it would be offensive. Except, you guys, it was actually insurance for things that might go wrong inside the walls of my house. I've already got homeowners insurance for that. You know? So even though I didn't order it, they refused to give me credit for the 10 years they were charging me. They said it was my responsibility to check my bill every month. My responsibility? My responsibility to see if they're cheating me. So we negotiated back and forth, and they finally gave me a 3-month credit. Right? You know, 3 months. You know, like checking up on them is at the top of my bucket list. You know, the only good thing that came out of it really is that after years of complaining about government regulations, I finally saw the need to have them. And then you know what they did? The government regulators sided with the company. And they said it was my responsibility as a consumer to check my bills every month for overages and mistakes. You know, it is just nuts. It is just nuts. Then I realized, you take that $6 monthly charge, right? And you multiply it by the tens of billions of customers. See what I'm getting at? It is the government siding with regulated monopolies against the rest. I said, why not? I mean, the utilities collect taxes for government, right? Listen, here's a good example. I pay $50 a month for my phone, okay? And then they add on another $35 a month for state and local taxes. That's another 70%. That is 70% more they add on my bill. I mean, it's no wonder the government always, approves rate hikes, because it's more money for them.
Yep, and maybe the government figures if you start getting credit for things that these companies sneak on, pretty soon you'll catch on to how much the government snuck on.
Well, to them it's just another hidden tax that we don't think about. And I hope we won't notice all the money these utilities and their lobbyists spend on congressmen.
You're right. Business is in bed with the government.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about millions just getting screwed by corporate greed, and hundreds of billions of dollars taken right out of the pockets of consumers that could have used that money to help stimulate the economy. Is this still America? I mean, we justify their theft until they're caught. Let me just put a limit on these stories.
Well, also keep in mind, those taxes and fees pay the regulators who are supposed to be protecting us. And the higher the bill, the higher the tax.
You know what all this complaining? Mistakes made. They forgot to include me in the next year's phone bill.
Oh, right.
No, seriously. No, and then this year, they said I was 3 weeks late paying my monthly bill. And that is ridiculous because I have been prepaying every month of this, the last 30 years. So you know what they did? They disconnected my service. And unfortunately, it's all bundled together. So if you guys think it's difficult living without gas or electricity because of their basic needs for survival, you try living without a phone, the internet, and a cell phone. Right? And then you just get so upset, with all this arguing and stuff like that you think you're having a heart attack. Well, who can you call, huh? Can you take a guess? Exactly. The phone company, right? And what are they going to say? Pay your bill, take 2 aspirin, and call us in the morning if you still can't, right? Yeah. And then, oh, get this. While I was disconnected, they charged me for downloading the ringtone and a whole bunch of hip-hop tunes or something. Hip-hop tunes? Yeah, right? Luckily, no. It wasn't a Frank Sinatra tune, so they gave me a credit. But after all these disconnections and this, and I'm not even going to get into the fact that they're putting a cell phone tower up next to my house and trying to kill me.
It's okay, you have a little tinfoil on your head.
you know, with these disconnections and these arguings and this radiation and everything that's going on, I said, oh, you know, you've got to stop doing this to people. I've got to tell you, but I have actually started checking my phone bills every month again, just to see if they put that linebacker fee back on. Because if they do, I can let out all this pent-up rage and anger, pick up a sledgehammer and smash all the walls inside my house.
Yeah, oh yeah, don't ever think you can beat the phone company. Why don't I just tell you how powerful they really are, okay? So did you hear how AT&T just got caught ripping their customers off for almost $300 million, sneaking stuff on phone bills that no one ever used? Sound familiar?
It's incredible.
So what do you think happened? The feds fined them $105 million. They stole $300 million and got fined $105 million. They stole, got caught, and still turned a nice profit. And do you think anybody went to jail?
And do you think an average Joe would go to jail if he so much as stole a phone?
And I mean, it's not just the phone companies. What about the banks that foreclosed on all those folks? And then Wells Fargo did the same thing and no one went to jail. Then Wachovia Bank got caught laundering $460 billion with drug cartels in Mexico and got fined $110 million because some of the money was used to buy airplanes to transport the drugs. Then Wells Fargo bought Wachovia out using the money they got from TARP. You guys remember the bailout money? Yeah, they used it to buy a corrupt bank and no one went to jail.
That's crazy. There are kids going to prison for selling 2 ounces of pot.
And how hard is it for a bank to pay a fine anyway? They just get the money from the government. Anybody ever hear of a bank going bankrupt?
Well, they have this thing, it's called the too big to fail deal.
Well, include big government in there too. Look at how much they get away with nobody ever going to jail.
Yeah, and you can tell how much control those in government have when we can't even question their decisions. Remember back when the GSA spent $800,000 having fun on their trip to Vegas? Then they took the fifth when Congress asked them about it?
Oh, well, that happens in Vegas states.
Yeah, but how does shit like that happen? You go to jail if you tried something like that.
I mean, can you believe the head of the GSA was so arrogant when they asked him what his name was, he took the fifth on that too. He refused to even admit who he was. It's like...
If I was in Congress, I would have held him in contempt and thrown his ass in jail. For not showing up. You know who that guy was? How come all these people are still up here?
They get away with it because we get distracted with the news. Like our focus on the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico, where the GSA was using our money in Las Vegas, renting clown costumes. Clown costumes. They're also using our money in Las Vegas to hire a psychic. Right? I mean, a psychic should have been able to warn them that the American public was going to find out.
And ISIS was sure lucky that an out-of-control Ray Rice punched his wife in that elevator. And the media spent a week on that, taking our attention away from the land they're occupying in Iraq.
Yeah, well, you know, it's my personal stuff that gets me distracted.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. I mean, like, for example, a pipe burst in my back, okay? Now, my insurance covered it, but then they doubled my rates. Then my health care went up, and I couldn't afford to fix the brakes in my car, and I slid through with those red light. I got a ticket. And even with the price of gas going down, I had got no money to spend when I get to work. Oh, and listen, this is the kicker. My tax bill came, and my taxes were going up, and my property values were plummeting. You know, and this is happening to everybody. I can't do this anymore.
You know what? The fact of the matter is you can't blame us for government decisions either. These aren't acts of God or caused by nature. These are acts of Congress and presidents and governors and mayors, all of whom could have made better decisions and chose not to. Listen, think of it this way. If Congress wanted you to have a balanced budget, you would have a balanced budget. Instead, they want to continue to spend beyond your means to keep the corporate bailouts going. So, congratulations, you're deeper in debt. And if they would go after the hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and waste in the healthcare system, we'd have affordable healthcare for everyone, my friends. Instead of an Affordable Health Care Act, it simply piles on the bureaucracy and does nothing to improve efficiency and effectiveness. Finally, it would just give us the power to make our decisions about how to spend our money. We'd have more money in our pockets, and we could stimulate the goddamn economy.
Yeah, but you know what they did decide? That they were going to receive pay increases, free medical care, incredible pensions, a work deal to get jobs for their family and friends, sell out their votes for dinners, golf outings, and campaign contributions. So we lose our jobs, our homes, and our children's future because they don't need to change.
Yeah, but somehow they got us thinking that it's out of their control. Because they're lying pieces of shit. They lie every time on a budget.
Hey, remember Bush was telling the media everything was great when we were in a recession, and no one questioned it. And then Obama and his geniuses started to lie to us, so his favorites would get the benefits of his decisions. And pretty soon Obama brought us more debt than any other president in our history, with George Bush a close second.
Yeah, but it seemed that when Obama got elected, all Bush's buddies seemed to hang around.
These are the folks who came up with the term used no sinking shits. Bailouts. And without first loving the whole, you're going to spend all your time in resources bailing.
And why do these same people with the same stupid, costly solutions keep getting hired by people we elect? And where do they come from anyway?
From the same place those people we elected who hired them. They're from the same gene pool. Like those kids we knew in elementary school. Remember those kids? Through a miracle, some of them are running the country. Remember how goofy they were? Oh, I guess we were all kind of goofy. My point is, we came from the same place, but we grew from there. You remember the middle school and then high school. As it turns out, our former three presidents were the ones doing the drugs and the talking. Remember those kids? The ones who were never going to make anything of themselves.
Yeah, but you know, it wasn't that they were just doing drugs. They went against the law and didn't get caught. I mean, you learn lessons when you get caught.
Yeah, you also can't run for president.
If you get caught.
And you can lie if you don't get caught.
Right, you see, the problem is that they thought at some point that they were above the law. It was special and different from the rest of us. And you know, that's not a problem for them, that's a problem for us.
Hey, it's not just that they think they're above the law. It's that we let them be.
Yeah, because those we elect are from the choices that the parties give us. And 95% of who win are the ones who spend the most on lobbyists, special interests, PACs, and now super PACs, which expect to be paid back for their contributions.
And wouldn't it be nice if we got paid back for our vote by them representing our interests for a change?
Yeah, we better get a hell of a lot more people involved. What happened to those leaders who fired up that meeting?
I don't know.
I hope they didn't listen to the government, so they don't be listening, be satisfied with what they got.
We invited them to the team of conversation on what to do. Really? I would call it a conversation.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
Listen, we've got some decisions to make. But I have to tell you, I think Joe's take on what we're doing to change the Constitution sort of makes sense to me.
What? They arrested people for being police for signing a riot?
What?
And no notice for being taken? Are you kidding me? They look like our judge about starting a revolution? I would have if I was going home.
Okay, well, just be real careful what you tell them.
Hey, and don't tell them where we are.
Well, I think they know that already.
They just probably started that revolution you're talking about.
I was just thinking out loud.
Wait, I know I can get a whole bunch of college students.
Oh, yeah.
Second.
No.
Yeah. What Bernie Sanders supporters to
No.
start a revolution right
No,
now.
no.
This is crazy.
No.
I know you do a poll right now.
No.
Let me just hear it.
Everybody stop! Take a break. Let's let him come back and tell us what is going on over there. That way we don't attract too much attention to what we are doing here.
But maybe we should be attracting some attention according to you guys, right?
He's trying to help. He's trying to sort
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we should be changing the way we're running the country right now. Come on. look
Okay,
over
okay,
this.
I have some ideas. Let's just wait and see what goes on, okay?
Ten-minute break, please. She's correct.